Hey guys, can you hear me? Yes? No? Yes? Okay, I'm going to assume that you can hear me. Okay, we have 0 viewers. That's awesome. We're going to wait a little bit. We're going to wait like 3 minutes or so. Vamos a tener 5 que son los del equipo. Konrad, a ver, habla. Hola.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ahí nos vemos los dos.
Aló. ¿Me escuchan algo, no?
Ay, ay.
Pero hablan todo. 5 espectadores. Oye, no. Rápido. Ya, usted me dice cuando parto, ¿no? Hola, ¿cómo están? Bueno, acá estamos en inglés. Ah, me dijo. Está todo en español, entonces no lo sé en inglés. Perdón. Hi everyone. So we are here at the first sub-webinar for the new generation 17 of the seed program of Startup Chile. So please, all your questions, you have to use the hashtag sub-webinar. Okay, so we can, so that way we can see your questions. So Startup Chile. So Startup Chile is a program from the Chilean government that seeks to attract early stage entrepreneurs and startups so they can establish their companies from Chile to the world. Okay, so we offer 1-year visas for the co-founders, 20 million pesos, which are approximately 30,000 US dollars for a program of 6 months, where we include also co-working space for your stay here and connections with the markets, investor club, corporate business development programs, etc. So for the application, we have the application opened last August 17, and it will close on September 7th. Okay, that's Friday, I think. And the evaluation period will last 2.5 months. So at the beginning of December, we'll have results, and we'll share results of the final 100 companies that we'll select. So also, apart from the co-working space, the money, we also offer a Sub Academy, which is a program where you'll have training with workshops going from doing business in Chile, custom development, prototyping, etc. And also you have platoons and pitch trainings. Okay. About connections, well, we have a network of mentors, investor club, and the corporate network, and with companies from Chile and abroad. And you'll be able to attend events like tech evenings every month, and demo days for each one of the generations programs. And we'll also help you guys with soft landing in order for you to get visas and also internal activities to support the community. Okay. Um, so as I said, the results will be available in December, and you guys, the selected ones, will have to come to Chile and start a program mid-February next year. Okay, and the program lasts for 7 months, so you'll have to be here until August of the next year. Okay. So I assume you already saw the application form, and what are we going to observe and evaluate from that application. We have 5 different criteria, and which every one of them has a weight of 20%. So we evaluated product or service, the market, and the competitiveness and differentiation of the solution. Then about the team, we evaluate the qualifications and experience that you have building startups or working, and then also we evaluate the impact that you consider that your startup will have in the Chilean ecosystem and Chilean market. Okay, if you're going to establish your HQ, your operations here, if you're going to use Chile as a hub for Latin America, and that's what we want to know about. Okay, so as I said, the program lasts for 7 months, but you'll sign a contract. The selected ones will sign a contract for 6 months, so you will be able to use the money, the subsidy or the grant, as if you want to understand better, of 20 million pesos for 6 months. You will be able to spend the money for 6 months. Okay, that's what the contract that we as a program will sign with the selected ones. So the applicants, you need to decide once you want to apply, because you can apply in 2 different ways. One is that you apply as a person, as a natural person, okay, as me, let's say. And the other way is to apply as a company, okay, which is a separate being, okay, it's a legal person, okay. So we can accept applications from natural people, natural persons, wherever they're from, if they're from Chile, the US, Argentina, Brazil, Africa, Europe, wherever they are, okay, wherever they're from, okay. We don't select upon the nationality, okay. So people from everywhere in the world can apply, okay. But also Chilean companies, okay, legal persons that are incorporated in Chile also are able to apply directly, okay. Why is this important? Because the beneficiary, the person who applies, is the beneficiary, as I said, is the one who receives these subsidies, these grants, okay. So in the application form, the first question will be, how are you applying? Okay, are you applying as a natural person, okay, or as a Chilean legal person? Okay, so if you have any question with this, please let us know. Send an email to our email contact@startupchile.org, or ask us right away so we can explain once again about this. In the applications, we have a team, and the team is composed by the beneficiary or the team leader, okay, and also the team members, okay. We also call them executors, okay, of the project. These people, all these people, the team leader and the team members, need to be co-founders, okay, not employees of the company, okay, of the startup. We need co-founders coming to Chile to the program, okay. In the application, in the contract you'll sign, and the program is for 6 months. But during this process, we have had opportunities where startups are developing the project, and they find that they need more time in order to spend the money, okay, and develop the activities, and be able um, to accomplish the milestones. So we are able to extend that period of time for other 3 months. So anyone who is selected after the 6 month period can ask for an extension of 3 more months. Okay, that will make the beneficiary able to have more time to spend the money, okay, and to develop the activities and complete the milestones, okay. Um, and remember, I told you about the grant. The subsidy is 20 million pesos. That's around 32,000 US dollars, depending on the exchange rate. And also, we have two other programs, which are the regional program, okay, and also a program for Chileans that went abroad to study, okay, postgraduate degrees like PhDs, masters, and are living abroad and want to come back to Chile to develop their startup. So for the people that during their development here in Startup Chile, in the seed program, during the 6 months, they find that they want to develop their companies in other cities of the country. For instance, if they want to go to Valparaíso, Viña, or to Concepción, which are other big cities in Chile, they can do it, and they can apply for another grant. Okay, that grant is for another 10 million pesos, which is around $15,000. Okay, and that means that they will have to stay for another 6 months in that other city, and we will be able to give them these other 10 million pesos. Okay, and the other program for the nationals, the Chilean nationals that study. So if you're a Chilean and you went to the US or to Europe, and you study in a very good university, and you studied already ended your master's degree or your PhD, and you want to come back to Chile and develop your company from Chile, you can also tell us that on the application form. If we note and we find that you fill the certain requirements, if you live abroad, and also if you finish your postgraduate degree, then we will be able to give you another 10 million pesos. So you will get a full grant of 30 million pesos, which is around $1,000. Okay. Okay. So right now we'll go to the questions. Right. So remember to use this hashtag. Okay. Subwebinar, so we can see your questions and reply to you. Okay. So right now we have some questions from some people. So we have one from Alvaro MP. They're asking if there's going to be a meetup in Spain, and when is that going to happen? So there will be no meetup for this process in Spain. We will have meetups, and we're having meetups around the world, but unfortunately this time doesn't happen. But there will be another one for the next application process next year. Okay. Then we have a question from Nicolas Montes to ask, can I be in more than one team? Is in one as a founder and in other one as a team member? No. So you can also be part, and you can only apply once per application process. Okay. So if you're going to apply in this application process for generation 17, you can only apply with one startup, okay, in one of the teams, either if you are a team member or the team leader, okay, you can only apply once. Then we have a question from Guillermo Tirado. So he asked, in what language do I have to fill out the form? So the form can be filled out in English or Spanish, but the ones that fill out the form in English will have 1 point added to their application. Okay, so we consider that as the program is in English, we need you and we need to understand that you control that language, okay, enough to develop a company that wants to go abroad. Okay, so that's why we consider that it's important to have the form in English. Also, the judges that we will use in order to evaluate your startups, your applications, they're international, so not all of them and most of them don't speak Spanish. Okay, so it's very important that you have your form in English. The next one from Guillermo also, my startup is in Spanish, but I speak English, so it can be in either language. So I recommend you to fill out the form in English. Okay, it doesn't matter if your startup is in Spanish. I don't know exactly what you mean your startup is in Spanish. Remember that we need global companies. Okay, you need to sell this product or service not just in Chile. Okay, we want world businesses. Okay, worldwide businesses. So then, more questions. So next one from Mark Pitard. One of our team members has the passport is already it's not it's not valid anymore. Okay, and he cannot get it done before the application expires. So please upload the passports he has right now. Okay, Mark, if you're listening, just upload the passport from him. It doesn't matter that it's not valid right now, but he does need to get that passport done, okay, before you get selected. Okay, so you have 2 months in order to get that passport done. Okay, once projects startups are selected, we speak out and ask them for giving us new documents. Okay, so you will have the possibility to give us the new passport, but we need a passport or an ID. Okay, in order to understand that this is an actual. Okay, that's why we need the passport. Okay, next one from Trip Happy. So I don't know, he or she asked, last generation, it seemed like you were targeting companies in specific industries. Do you have a preference? No, we don't have a preference. We have companies from biotech to e-commerce, social media, advertising, IT companies, SaaS, whatever you think of, hardware companies. So we don't have a specific preference. So you can just apply. Don't worry about preferences. Also, another question from Trip Happy. Can you explain the structure of the mentorship? Is it one-on-one or as a group? How frequently does occur? So we have a network of mentors, and depending on what stage you are, what's your industry, these mentorships happens one-on-one. They can happen inside, okay, here in Santiago in the program, or they can also be done through through Skypes or Hangouts, things like those. Okay, but you can get up to 1 to 3 hours a month from the mentors. Okay, but you need to have a specific information about who you want as a member, as a mentor, and what do you need from them. Okay, we don't assign mentors to each one of the startups. You have to come to us and tell us why do you need a mentor and for what, and then we'll start the process. Okay. Then we have a question from Felipe Q. So he asked, are there other questions? Ask again. Yeah, Felipe Q, we don't understand your question. So can you ask us again through Twitter? So next one is Mark Pitarkat. I think it's the same guy. So he asked, recommenders list look like that. Does this mean that the mentor already completed recommendation? Yes. So in the form, you have one part where it says that he accepted recommendation. It's already done. Okay. So you got the recommendation in the application already. Next one from Joao Bernardo Casali. So, what are you seeking to see as innovation this year? Technology, services, products, new economies, business model. So, we see at everything. We need to understand if you have a company that has a innovation in technology, in the product, in the business model. Depends. We don't have a preference. Obviously, we are in the startup ecosystem, and we've seen thousands of companies. We've seen what works, what doesn't. We see the news, and we are up to date on what's happening on the economy and the industries. So obviously, we are expecting to see companies that are focusing on emerging markets, on markets, industries that are growing in some way. Okay, if that helps you. No up. So in country operation, we didn't start our operations. Should we add the current country where we are living? Yes, that's okay. Don't worry about these questions. If you're just starting, just put the name of the country where you are currently working on. Okay, from working from. Then we have a question from Sorana Lazarevich. So in the question, she has a question about the application form. So the question about inventiveness, novelty, how we can properly evaluate the inventiveness percentage of our startup. So if you're working in an industry, I assume that you have an idea of what competition you have in that industry, and you see at your competitors, and you see if they're exactly the same. I assume you're not exactly the same as your competitors, but maybe you have some similar. So it's your evaluation. Okay, that question is for you. So yes, you have to have an evaluation of your own startup. Okay, then we'll evaluate if we think that evaluation from you is correct or not. But you have to tell us. Okay, that will give us information about how you actually know and how do you actually understand the industry that you're working on. Okay. Okay, so next one, Sorana. Again, we have two questions from Sorana. So, product service type, which are offered answers in the dropdown. I don't understand what's your question, but you have a dropdown. You have to select one of the questions there, Sorana. If you maybe you can ask us again. I don't understand I don't quite understand your question. Another question from Sorana: have you individually participated in any of the accelerators? Is this question about present or previous startups, if any? We ask you, the person, I think, but I think this question is for the startup, not from you. Okay, so have you already participated with this same startup in other accelerators in the past? Okay. Then Leano App has a question. By MVP, you mean like a product prototype that's in a beta testing phase, or a ready-to-use product by users? I think you have to go back to Google and find out what an MVP is. Sorry for saying this, but an MVP is the minimum viable product. Okay, so if you have you're building a product which is a very complex platform, but you can do this with an Excel and having um, um, like zombies working on just Excel sheets. Well, using the Excel sheets with those zombies, it's an MVP, okay? Because the MVP, the only idea of an MVP is that it's a product that lets you understand if the product is viable and there are users that are actually up for using that, okay? And they want to use your product, okay? So a minimum viable product can go from an Excel sheet or something similar to that, okay? Something very minimal, okay? So Felipe Gu, does every team member must respond the question, or we can combine all our experiences to answer the sub questions contained? No, every team member must provide their own information about their own experience, okay? And the last one is Joao Bernardo. How does SAP measure social impact from the startups in the program? What are the indicators? RDBA, how is it? Don't worry about that right now in the application, okay? RDA, social impact, you'll have to worry about that once you get selected, once you get to Chile, okay? If you have any other questions about that, just go to contact@startupchile.org, okay? Well, thank you guys. That was amazing. I hope I made great responses. So Rocio right now, remember, use this hashtag. Rocio Fonseca, the executive director, is going to reply to all your coming questions. Bye. Take care.
Hey guys, how was your experience with Konrad? I think it was awesome, right? He has a lot of patience. So okay, let's go. What's the next one? Okay, we checked already what was the MVP. Please guys, Google it. Seriously, it's a very basic question. And the team member was done. Okay, so how does SAP measure social impact from the startups in program? What are the indicators? RBA, how is it? How is it? So we have a program for you guys. So it's going, once you are accepted in the program, everything is explained. The focus of the social impact program is just to contribute to the Chilean society and improve our entrepreneurial and innovation ecosystem, right? So the entire program is designed according to that goal, and we don't have RBAs already. We have coins. It's a very simple method. So we are going to check what kind of things do you like. Maybe your profile is more like a mentor. Maybe you can contribute in another way. So we will check that once you are here. But it's very simple. It's not going to take your mind out of the acceleration program, but the idea is just to contribute to the Chilean society and improve our entrepreneurial and innovation ecosystem. So it's going to be an awesome experience. All the measures and everything, we're going to talk about it once you are accepted at the program, okay? Okay, we have another question here that said, I would love to arrive in Chile earlier than results. Is that possible? Will that affect my application? Well, if you decide to do that, it's a huge risk, right? What happens if you are not accepted at the program? Of course, you can do it. We don't have problems with that, but it's up to you. It depends on you. If you are not accepted at the program, what can we do? You have to pay your own flight tickets back to your country, or maybe you decide to open a new company here in Chile, but you have to be. Eh, let's check how risky can you be, right? So that was the answer for love, but now that's an interesting question. Um, the other question is wait a minute. Okay, that was an important issue. I didn't mention that. Related to the question before, I would love to arrive in Chile earlier than results. Yes, you can do it, but be careful about the visa, because remember, guys, that we help you to get your visa, your working visa here for 1 year. And if you don't know if you're accepted in the program and you just arrive here, we cannot help you with that process. Okay, so you have to be careful with that. If you decide to arrive earlier to Chile with a working visa, that's fine, no problem. But you have to manage it by your own. We cannot help you getting your working visa if you are not officially accepted at the Startup Chile program. Okay, so it's on your own risk. Be careful with that. Happy to answer more detailed questions about it. Just send us an email to contact@startupchile.org, and we will help you with that. Okay, so we have another question. Lerno app. Individually, you mean if any of the co-founders has been part of any accelerator program previously? Yes, individually means that. We are looking for co-founders that you have to tell us everything related to your background, related if you participated in an accelerator program or not before. That's the reason why you have to answer according to the person, according to the founder, and not according to the startup. We're asking both in the starting point of the form. We ask for the accelerator, if you participated in an accelerator as a startup, and after that we ask as you an individual. So you have to answer both. Okay, so what are we looking from foreign startups? Most valuable contribution to program and Chilean entrepreneurial business ecosystem? Okay, guys, we are the main accelerator program in Latin America. We are an accelerator program for where our budget comes everything from the Chilean government. Our program is paid by Chilean taxes. So what we are looking for are not just great ideas, is ideas that can add value to the Chilean economy. Why Chile is important to you? That's the reason why the selection criteria is 20%. Why Chile? Are you going to use Chile as a headquarter? Are you going to have your back office here? Maybe it's your market here. Maybe it's your test lab. So you really need to be clear on what is going to be your contribution here. If you're just going to come here to Chile, spend the 20 million pesos, and then come back to your country because Chile cannot add value, Chile cannot be an asset for you, I recommend you to don't apply to this program. We are really looking for startups that really need Chile and see Chile as an asset to maybe open doors in Latin America. Maybe they really want our human capital and they want to work with people here. So yeah, we love to do social impact activities, but we are really looking for contributions to the Chilean business ecosystem. Okay, why do you need Chile? Okay, don't tell us that it's just for the equity free money. Just think about how can Chilean economy and the Chilean ecosystem add value to your company, and how your company can add value to our country. Okay, so I think we're all set with the questions. I don't know if we have more, and the team is thinking. Maybe I can check. Okay, so we have two here. We have one, Ignacio, 18 or 18. If the product is almost ready, but for the time that the process starts, it will be ready and launched, what phase should I put? That's a good question. So if you are sure that it will be launched already, you just put, like, I don't remember, like, I don't have the form here, but you should put like a functional product. I don't know if you're going to have users already, but I will put at least functional product, okay? And we have another question here, like future startup hero. That's a nice Twitter. Our startup forms people with entrepreneurial capability, founders from India, Latam, US. Our workshops are our MVP. Could we apply? I think I don't understand very well the question, but I think you are offering like a consultancy company. If you are offering a consultancy company, you cannot apply. Remember, import export and consultancy companies are not allowed to participate in the program. If you have a platform or like online platform where you train people online and you connect people from different countries, yeah, you can apply. It's an edtech platform, right? But if you do like offline classes, like the traditional business model, you cannot apply to the Startup Chile program. Remember that to apply to our program, you have to have a technological based product with global markets, okay, and add value to the Chilean economy. Those are the main rules of our program. We don't accept consultancy companies with the traditional business models or import and exports. We do have software as a service, for example. Those are kind of consultancy, but it's completely different because it's technological based companies. Okay, so be careful about that. Do we have more questions? No? Okay. No, we have some here. Okay, so we have another one that is, what are the most common traps startups from previous generation? Okay, segmentation. I don't understand that question. What does it mean? Can you what is this? Could you please write again that question? We don't understand it. Okay, so how many? What was the question? Wait a minute. How many people can conform a team? Exist a minimum to apply? What happens if a team change in the time? Okay, you just the maximum amount of people that you can put in the form is 3 people. Okay, so it's 3 people. One is the team leader or beneficiary for legal reasons, that the one that is going to sign the contract, plus 2. Okay, because we can pay salaries, we can do some things there. But of course, you can have more than 3 team members, but just those 3 people, you have to put them in your form, and you cannot change them. Okay, sometimes they ask us about, can we change the team leader? No. Can we change the team member? No. So once you submit your application form, it's done. It's all set. We cannot do that. Remember that we are part of the Chilean government, right? So those are the rules. Those are the rules. We have to be very strict on that, because we really these are Chilean taxes, right? So you cannot change everything. You cannot modify everything, and that's fine. If you change, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, we don't have more questions, I think. Okay, so we're all set. Yeah. So thank you guys we have next webinar Q&A session next Thursday. Yeah, it's Wednesday 30, the same time. So see you here, and let us know if you have more questions. Just use this hashtag, or if of course you have the traditional channel, that is our email, contact@startupchile.org. Please let us know all your questions. Don't send us like 24 hours before the application process is closed, because it's going to be crazy. So try to fill your form as soon as possible. Okay. So thank you so much for your time, and good luck with your application process. And I hope to see you here on February. See you guys. Bye bye.